What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody?
Hey.
Sorry if you can see my nipples. I apologize for everybody who doesn't
Apologize. I'm sure that
nipples.
there's a lot of you guys that don't mind it.
So, what's up, dude? You sent me a bunch of shit. Was that coach number one, Coach Dagnall, for Coach of the Year?
Yeah. All right, so let me just pull that up.
ESPN.
Predictions.
And who are the voters in this situation?
It's all the quote unquote ESPN experts, so it doesn't go very far.
So they're thinking 58 points, so 38.5% of the overall first place votes went to Mark Dagnall in this preseason thing. Eric Spoelstra number 2, Mike Malone number 3, Taylor Jenkins number 4, Kidd at 5, Darvin Ham 6,
what's up, Blake?
Nurse tied at 6, Udoka and Hardy all tied at 6. But some experts out there really like what Dagnall's doing. What's up, Blake? What's going on, man?
No, and I love the fact that people are recognizing Coach D right now. Like, he really needs to be understood. Like, he's not one of those normal coaches. You're not going to find a coach like Coach D that's young, understands the game both in the offense and the defense aspect, comes with his own schemes and his own plans of doing things. I like it, man. Like, he's not ripping anybody off right now. You know, like, there's so many NBA coaches that are using other people's systems, and it's great because that's the way they were raised. But that's not Coach D, man. His system is so unique and it's so special. I'm glad that people are recognizing it. I want to say I kind of most improved players. Did you see that one?
Yeah. Who did you point out in that one?
So you got Cade Cunningham, number 1. He got 53% of the votes. Jabari Smith Jr. for Houston. He got 11% of the votes. Evan Mobley.
What up, Vic? What up, all things basketball?
3.8%. Jalen Green, 3.8%. Josh Giddey, 3.8%. Jalen Williams, 3.8%. So
Smith
Josh
stuff.
Giddey,
what's up, buddy?
Josh Giddey. Yes, man. But next time, wear a shirt, yo, man. And no, you know what? Go put some clothes on. Damn it.
Why?
Get some clothes on for the day, man. You're still in your PJs. Don't come on my podcast in your PJs. What the hell?
So you were mentioning 6th man of the year, right?
That was most improved, bro.
Most improved. Okay, most improved.
So most improved, you have
Josh Giddey at number 4.
Yeah, Josh Giddey at number 4 with 16 votes, and then J-Dub with 14 votes. That's kind of great to see right there, man.
Oh, I didn't even notice J-Dub in there.
Yeah, okay. And then the other thing is that 6th man. This is where I kind of got a little frustrated.
I'm not worried about it.
No, but this is why I get frustrated. Is that, like, you get to the point where, like, you're looking at these teams and you're saying, okay, Chris Paul, Austin Reeves, Russell Westbrook, Tyler Hero, like, you're seeing all these names, and yes, they're the top of the class, but man, next year, we're gonna have like 3 guys in that 6th man of the year. So come back to that, maybe.
Yeah.
What about defensive player of the year, bro?
Chet wasn't listed, bro.
No. 0 Oklahoma City Thunder players were listed. 0.
Bullshit. But whatever. It is what it is. You got to earn that respect.
All right. Rookie of the year, bro. Chet won this with 80% of the votes. Victor had 80% had 80 votes. Victor had 77 votes, and Scoot Henderson had 53. That's great to see. Obviously, we've all been saying it for a while that Chet should be the rookie of the year. A lot of San Antonio people are saying stuff like Chet's really not a rookie, but I won't get into that because we all know what we think about San Antonio. What about the MVP odds, Mark? Is there anything that's surprising to you here?
Ooh, I didn't look at the MVP all the way. Shea at 10th. 1 point, 1 vote.
1 vote, dude. Let's just go through this for a second here. Luka, Devin, Steph, Jimmy, Anthony Edwards. There's 5 players right there that are ahead of Shea that are on guards. To me, that's like utter disrespect. I mean, think about this. Shea just got first team all NBA team, and you get a fucking idiot that says, oh, yeah, Anthony Edwards is going to be better than Shea this year. All right. Steph Curry is going to be better than Shea this year. Ooh, Devin Booker. I could see, listen, I understand Devin Booker and Luka because they've been good for so long, and you can be like, yeah, this is progression, blah, 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 bullshit. But to put Anthony Edwards in there and Steph Curry right now, like after he just dominated, Shea just dominated the NBA, this is slap in my face, man. Fuck you guys.
I mean, really, like you go up the list. Kawhi Leonard shouldn't be in front of him. Ant should not be in front of him. Jimmy Butler, like I get why you would put him because, finals runs matter, okay? But at the same time, I question MVP status for Butler. He doesn't always put up the numbers for MVP, is what I'll say. Steph Curry, twilight of his career. Devin Booker, he's not better than Shea. The team has higher expectations, and that's a big thing. I do think Booker's level of play in the playoffs you can get excited about, but he's sitting there right there next to Kevin Durant at 6, and you have to know those two guys are going to chip at each other's votes. There's no doubt about that. Embiid, he just won it, so tip of the cap to him. But also we know about voter fatigue. There's no doubt about that. Jason Tatum, you can make an argument that he's poised to have a huge year. Luka puts up tremendous years every year. Giannis puts up crazy years every year, and so does Jokic. So I'm looking at Shea should be top 5. It should be Shea, Tatum, Doncic, Giannis, and Jokic, and basically you tell me how to mix it up. You could mix Embiid in there also. Sure,
I would
just won it, but
I would say is that because of the James Harden situation, I think Embiid's going to be leaned on very heavily.
Right.
And because of that, I could see Embiid jumping up in the top 5 and knocking somebody off like Giannis, who doesn't have to play as hard to get to the playoffs this next year. But yeah, no, I'm on the same page with you. I think top 5 is exactly where Shea needs to be, and the fact that he only got 1 vote, it goes again. Shows you the disrespect that's happening in Oklahoma City. We got 7 or 8 games that are going to be on national televised this year. Like, yes, that's going to change as time goes on, and we'll probably end up with like 15 games. But starting off the year with only 8, it's such bullshit. Like, we have tough games too in the beginning. Like, it's interesting to me that like people are sitting here saying like, oh, the Oklahoma City Thunder this or Oklahoma City Thunder that. But the reality of what's happening is it's pure disrespect. It's pure disrespect that Dort, who broke records last year, isn't in the top 10 for Defensive Player of the Year. It's disrespect that we don't have at least one 6-man question mark in there, even a 1-pointer. It's bullshit that we don't have, Chet as a possibility of Defensive Player of the Year in there. Like, this is crazy to me. Like, and then throwing Shea in there, like, oh yeah, well, we got to give Shea a point because Shea's good. Like, that was a pity. I mean, there's 100 and something votes and Shea gets 1. That's a pity vote right there. And that's bullshit to me. Like, this is what happened last year. We saw Shea go to the All-Star game and be the last player picked, right?
Yeah.
And then what happened? He got the fewest amount of minutes played out there. And that's what I'm saying is like the disrespect in my mind. I'm done with it. I'm just done. Whatever.
Yo, I agree. So real quick, everybody, I'm trying out a new recording spot. So if my connection sucks, tell me and I will improve it for the next one. But Dave, I totally agree. Shea's just showing up to the party. First year he shows up and he just kind of represents, and then moves into the starting 5 and then moves into the number 1. I mean, his mission is clear. He wants to be one of the all-time greats. And I agree with what Vic is saying. Scoot for Rookie of the Year if Dame gets traded, and Chet would be a great pick, and he may still be. But with OKC being stacked, like if anybody averages like 22 and 10, which is a really good rookie stat, like Chet's probably not going to compete with that just because of how many other shots are going to other players. So I dig both of those points.
Yes and no. Like if Chet goes out there and averages like an eye-popping 5 to 6, blocks a game, like it's going to be really hard for a player to be able to bounce back off of that. Like what is Scoot going to do? Like put up, 22 points, and then everybody's like, well, but Chet's putting 6 blocks a game up. That's something we've never seen a rookie do before. And that's where the NBA, it gets you, because I still go back to the whole Russell thing. Like when he won the MVP that year, that he averaged a triple-double, right? Mm-hmm. People said that Russ should not get the MVP that year. And it was just a stat line that he was just, breaking. And it was going to be many more people were going to break this stat. Many more people are going to average a triple-double throughout their career, or not throughout their career, but throughout their a season. We've seen people get close to it, but nobody's done it since. So, man, I think we just have to look at it, and we have to look at this team, and we have to say with Shea, with Dort, with J-Dub, with Josh Giddey, and with Chet in the starting lineup, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is everybody is going to look at us and say, well, there's a weakness here, there's a weakness here, there's a weakness here. And the only way to prove them all wrong is by getting on the court, lacing up them shoes.
It's like saying, man,
and get it fucking done.
You're only going to get respect from winning. And
hell yeah, Blake.
Like, I get what you're saying, Brian. Shea being the 10th, fine. I mean, everybody has their own list. To me, what he does on the defensive end, when you go down that list, there's very few people who really get it done on both ends. You add the 30-plus points average, and you look at him, and he's still on his way up. And you're even saying it, when we see that success in the playoffs, then it's taken to a different level, and this is everything we've seen with Shea is just preparation. I mean, that's why we started, talking about the Thunder every day when he was in his second year. You can see a trajectory, right? You don't always know where it's going to lead, but that's what we're betting on. I'm betting on Shea being the best player in the league for several years, and I'm betting on the Thunder being the best team in the league for several years at the same time.
I think it's great. One of our great listeners, Caleb, calls in once in a while. You guys get a chance to meet Caleb.
What's up,
Jared? Another guy that calls in. But Caleb called in the other day, and I know I've mentioned it a couple times, but he basically was talking about, just the NBA and where it's going, and understanding that the Thunder are the team of the future. Mark and I bet on the Thunder when Thunder only had Shea and Dort, and we said one day this team is going to be unbelievably amazing. So we're going to start a podcast, that was it. And when we start looking down, and it's nice because we've been here for so long, we've heard so many other people start podcasts, and, they have their own podcast, and they're like, yeah, this is just not a great team, this, or not a great team, that. But then we start recognizing what's happening with this team, and we start throwing it out there. We want more people to recognize. We want more people to understand that this hype train that Mark and I are on about this team is for real. This is not a joke. This isn't, just like in 2 years, everybody's gonna be like, oh, what could have been? Or in 5 years, people are gonna be like, oh, what could have been? That's not this team. And Mark and I put, our lives and everything that we do, as a gamble for this Oklahoma City Thunder. And as people are starting to realize how good of a gamble this is, you're going to start realizing it, guys. I know you guys that are calling in and talking to us already understand it, but you guys are going to all understand exactly how good this team is going to be when the tip-off comes. There's going to be nobody that's going to be sitting there and be like, oh, wow. Now, everybody that hasn't been watching the Oklahoma City Thunder, and then I was going to start watching and be like, that's such a surprise, right? But all of us, Jared, Brian, Vic, everybody, Joseph, you guys all know. This team is unique, and this team is special. That's why you all are calling in. That's why you all are paying attention. That's why you know every single person that's on this team, and you know exactly what their stats are probably. Most of their stats are, and that's the thing about it. When it's all coming down, we all recognized how good Oklahoma City was going to be. We were all diehard fans. We're a group, we're a community. We're pushing towards this. And as this group and community gets bigger, you guys are the people that are going to keep this running. Mark and I are the ones that are here, but Jared calling in and talking to us and staying afterwards and communicating with us about his life and things that he likes to collect. And this is so uniquely different than anything else out there. And it's not because Mark and I, it's because we realize how unique you guys are and how we want you guys to be part of our group. And that's it, and I just think when the Thunder started with this whole idea of restart, and Mark and I were in our different places in life, and we were sitting there saying, what should we do for this team? Nobody else is a positive voice out there. And that's how we have always been for each one of these players and the coaching staff and everything else like that. And it's powerful, man, 100% powerful. And I just want to say, when push comes to shove, Mark, you, man, have been the motor on everything. And there's been so many times that I've wondered, what the direction of the Thunder are going and different things like that. And you're the one that sits there and says, Dave, this is where it's going. You know what Sam Presti's doing. You've seen it happen before. We've got to go back to the basics. Let's go listen to the interviews. Let's go do all this other stuff. So, like, when push comes to shove, Mark, you are the fucking man when it comes about Thunder. Like, your vision on the Thunder has been spot on since day one. And I gotta say, I can not only say I appreciate it, but being put in where we are and with all around people that are around, like, it means the world to me. And I appreciate you, man. I know you're my brother, and I don't say it enough, but I just want to let you know I love you. And being part of this whole idea of what the Thunder are doing has been life changing for me. So, anyways, sorry guys for going on that little rant there, but you guys needed to know, like, Mark is the motor here. Mark is the engine. He is the one that's created this and keep going. I mean, and
honestly, I love it, man. I appreciate that, but in the end, I mean, we've done this for like 3 years, and now that we have so many people like Caleb and community effort, for sure, I mean, it means everything to us. I think, everybody's taking a little bit of time to figure out audio, video, and everything connection, but we've talked about this a lot. Like, what up, Jared? Like, when we get this thing rolling, like, especially in season, like, there's usually 50, 60 people sometimes at the games, and we want everybody out there who's listening in the summer to be used to calling in and work out all those kinks and work out all those things so that we can hang out during the games. To me, that's what it's all about. It's about hanging out during the games. Like, we keep this thing running in the summers, but those games are when it pops, man. And when everybody can be sitting around smoking a joint and drinking a beer, that's what it's all about.
That's where you found us, right, Jared? Is that during the games, correct?
Yeah, that's exactly where I found you guys.
Yeah, and I think that's, it's a good point there, is that, like, as the time's going on here and we're creating this more for the community, like the games, we were averaging at the very end 1,000, 1,200 people coming and watching the games with us. I mean, a lot of them wouldn't stay for very long, but the point is that when we're going and we're doing this, we want everybody to have that access to be able to call in and say, hey, we just saw this J-Dub play and we want to talk about it. That's what this is about. Like, it's breaking it down. It's understanding what's happening with a Thunder right in front of you. And sometimes it's nice to be able to have a friend that you can shoot the shit with. And not everybody lives in Oklahoma where they can go next door to their neighbor and be like, hey, did you see this Shay? And, when I lived in Oklahoma, honestly, I had the biggest fan.
I don't hang out with anybody. This is where I get all my social connection all the time. So, and that's kind of bad. I mean, I hang out with my family.
Not like that.
So it's like, if that's how we feel, Jared, then I hope other people feel that way too, because that's what we can build a community on that one feeling, and we can all share it in the worldwide Thunder family. Perfect.
Yeah, man. The hype train is definitely rolling.
Yeah, and I love it, dude. And all right, so Vic. This is not me talking any trash on Down to Dunk or anything else like that. But Jared, we were sitting here last time, and like the new wave of Oklahoma City Thunder fans, like, they're coming into this, and a lot of them don't understand who some of these other podcasts are, and or even sports shows like in Oklahoma City that they have the sports animal for the Oklahoma City Thunder and stuff like that. So, like, a lot of people don't understand, like, there's all this other content out there. So when we were talking to Jared the other day, Jared's like, oh, I haven't heard this other podcast. And then it dawned on me, like we're not back in, 2010 where there was one podcast on the market, maybe two, like, there's not one team. There's not one, there is 20 different options out there. I mean, Vic does, if you guys haven't checked out Vic's video about the Oklahoma City Thunder and what he does there, I mean, look at all of his videos, but the Oklahoma City Thunder ones are my favorite. And of course, but there's so many people that are putting Oklahoma City Thunder content out there, and it's so amazing. And like, this is like unlike anything I've ever seen, because if you think about it, even 2 years ago, 3 years ago, there was nothing like this. Now everybody's recognizing it, and Jared, I mean, he collects some amazing stuff. He's got some crazy, amazing stuff. He showed me a Josh Giddey card the other day. And it's just it's crazy to see
Got
how
a signed one too. I forgot about.
yeah, and people are gambling and betting on this team already. It's investing in them, and like people are like, oh well,
So Jared,
I'm waiting to go ahead and buy
because
cards
it's like
or
2 days
to
away.
invest a little bit. No, listen,
So
now's the time
let's make
because
some picks.
it's cheaper than it
Everybody
will
wants
be
to
in
pick.
5 years.
But who are you gonna pick for
Way
FIBA?
cheaper.
I'll go ahead
No shit.
and start out.
You know, and that's what
I'm gonna go. Team Canada wins it. I think Team Australia has a lot to like, but I think they're a little bit young, and it's going to take some time to
FIBA.
make that full transition. But I really think that they're damn good. Oh, nice, George. Nick Collison signed. Say it again, Jared. Sorry. France. Yeah, they're deep. Yeah.
Hey, what about France?
Yeah, the U.S. got away with one there.
What'd you say, ma'am?
What about
But yeah,
France?
like definitely France is
Ooh,
very
France. Okay, all right.
I know. I saw that game the other day. They jumped out to a big lead, but then Tyrese Halliburton hit a couple threes and put it back within reach.
All right, groups. There we go. All right, I want to throw this out. I want to throw this out here. Don't sleep on Serbia. And really Germany, guys. I know USA barely beat Germany, but Germany's really good, and I think Germany is going to be one of those teams that could surprise some people. Jared said France, Slovenia. Obviously, with Luka, you can't close your eyes on. But think about this. In Group H, you have Canada and France, both in that group right there. So, and I mean, that's going to be, you got Lebanon and Latvia. I think I said that right. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyways, Latvia. Thank you. So you got a couple other teams that are solid teams, not necessarily great teams, but solid teams. But man, you got Germany and Australia in the same group. That's going to be crazy. So Australia, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say you guys have an easy road. So you guys are going to have an incredibly difficult road against Germany, Finland, and Japan. But U.S. looks, I mean, obviously good for their bracket. But man, I'm going to say this. I think it has to be U.S. U.S. has to be in the finals, man. If they're not in the finals, this was a completely fail. And if U.S. has to play Germany in the semifinals, I think it's going to be rough.
Oh man, no doubt.
So I don't know how that all works out. I know I hear what you're doing, Mark. Germany though, man, like they're the one team that I consistently look at and say, like, if they're going to upset somebody, I mean, they could take out Canada, they could take out US. I mean, they could take out any team that's in FIBA this year just because they're just a very solid and playing together for a while. Each knows their abilities. So if there's going to be a team that was going to beat the US before the finals, I would say it would be Germany.
I can see that.
So maybe I'm wrong, but I don't. As much as I want to, I believe in Australia can beat the U.S. in a semifinal game. I don't see that. I don't see Slovenia beating the U.S. I see Canada, really giving U.S. a hard time. They could beat the U.S. In a semifinals game, but really, I think if a team is going to beat the U.S. in a semifinals game, it's going to be Germany this year, and that's why. If you look at the matchup, it's a tough one, man. Yeah, it's a tough one.
No, Anthony Edwards, what he had, 34 points.
Did you see they were down?
Yeah.
How much were they down? See how much they were down?
Actually, let me see. It was.
What's up, Archie?
I know they went on a 22-5 run and then won 99-91.
Oh, wow. So they were down like
Man,
15, 16
that
points.
shows that fire.
Damn.
Yeah, I think it was
Damn,
like
dude.
51 to 70 something at one point.
See, like that's what I'm saying is like you can't do that, you know, like when you're in the semifinals or even the top 8 teams, you know, like there's just no way that you can have that mentality where you can get down that much. So I don't know, man.
Now about that Josh Giddey play where he ripped that ball away from Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
Man,
hey, Rudy Gobert looks small.
Yeah, game's on the line.
What do you think, Jerry? What do you think possesses Josh to see a ball like that and recognize it's Rudy and just go and take it anyways? Like, I mean,
I think everybody also knows Rudy Gobert is kind of a bitch. So that might have played a part into it.
All right.
But, I mean, he's been making those plays for the Thunder. He likes to get in there and get scrappy.
Yeah. But just like the way he saw the ball, like Rudy, like, you know, he usually like if anybody knows anything about basketball, they teach you to bring the ball down as
you know, held it behind his head.
Yeah. So he held it behind him, and you can see Josh's eyes. He's got big.
I love it, man.
You know, like Josh's eyes are like, and just ripped it away. But like to be there and understand what he had to do and be able to pull it off like that, that's not a second or third year move.
To be good enough not to have an over the back call on him.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I watched it a couple times. He did, you know, grab his arms and stuff like that. But you know, I mean,
they let him play.
They let him play. I mean, I love that type of mentality. Is just let your guys play. Let them do it. Man, I love it, dude. And hey Vic, man, whenever you want to call in, man, like you guys, any of you guys that want to call in, we talk about the call in a lot. You go to the description, you click on the description, more info, and it'll show you a place you can call in right there. We love to have all you guys come on and call in and be part of this. Obviously, we at times that we bullshit around a lot, but it's a lot of fun, man. And I appreciate Jared. You are constantly on here and constantly talking with us, and you're one of the original dudes now, and you've been dubbed the OG
Thunder.
Hell yeah. And yeah, man, we're pumped. So we will be back tomorrow, guys. So we will catch you guys on tomorrow. And if you guys need anything between then and there, you guys can call Mark, and I'll give you guys his number in the description, guys. All right, see you guys later.